Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Shao here from LA Performance Vlog. We're getting pretty busy now. Just another night in the cold garage, but yeah, we gotta keep soldering on. So feeling a little bit sick, as you can hear in my voice. I've bloody got a cough. But it's winter here in Australia, so yeah, it's bloody cold. But I've gotta keep soldering on and smash this track Civic out because we need to do some shakedowns in it. So yeah, it's not gonna K-swap itself. Alright, so these parts have arrived in the mail. So I've got Hasport engine mounts. So if you don't know Hasport, they're an American company that build that make K-swap mounts for pretty much all the chassis. So this is for a CL9 Honda Accord gearbox to suit. So I've just been, there's no instructions, but I've just been trying to work out all these little bolts and stuff like that. So I've just pretty much mocked it all up, but like this bracket here, alright, I'll show you. So this bracket here will sit pretty much like that on the track Civic. So so these holes here, there's holes underneath this this rail here. There's one here and there's one here. So they line up. You put two bolts under here and they'll hold it in place, yeah? They'll hold it in place, and you can pretty much just drill your hole here and drill your hole here, and you'll be able to feed two bolts down into the existing holes here. So that's pretty cool. It's nice and easy setup. You don't have to do no welding. Back in the day, you used to have to weld this bracket, but they've incorporated, they've used existing bolt holes down here now, so that's pretty cool. Two steps, one for a K20 and one for a K24. So I'm gonna end up using the, I want ground clearance, so I'll probably end up using the top, and I'll cut the webbing out on my bonnet. So I'm not too fussed. Some people are a bit fussed on cutting the webbing out on the bonnet, but I've done worse in the past to my other cars. Right, so obviously I'm pretty sure this is the transmission. So that's the transmission. That's the back of the engine on the subframe, I'm pretty sure. And then yeah, so we've also got a K-tune clutch actuator. I picked this up off Facebook Marketplace for pretty cheap. I'm pretty sure I only got it for like 80 bucks. So yeah, I got that. What else came? I've got a new dust boot because my donor transmission here, it didn't come with one, and it didn't come with a clutch slave too. So that's why I bought that K-tune one. What else do I have here? I've got a clutch cover bolts because obviously this motor was automatic, so it didn't come with one. So I had to purchase brand new OEM ones. Flywheel bolts, you can't use the automatic flywheel bolts off the donor motor, so I had to get brand new ones of those. What else did I get? Clutch line. So Hell Performance Australia, they make a K-swap clutch line. So here's the part number here. So pretty much this one here goes from your clutch slave. So it goes from here. And then we'll route it all the way around, whichever way. Once the motor's in, I'll do that when the motor is in the car. Alright, so also I wanted to show you my brand new clutch. So I'm going with competition clutch. So they seem to have a pretty good reputation in the Honda game. So this is a stage 3. So here's instructions. Stage 3, so it comes with a new bearing, pilot bearing and clutch alignment tool, which is pretty cool, pretty handy. Alright, this is stage 3, so pretty tough clutch. I didn't want to go with just the normal organic full face one, just for the sheer fact that for a couple extra dollars more, yeah, you can get a better one. And here's the pressure plate. So nice and solid. So I can't wait to put that on. And over here is the machined flywheel that I got. So I got that bad boy machined. I got this off my brother-in-law for second hand, and I just got a machining shop just to machine it, ready to go. Alright, so as you can tell, we got plenty of stuff going on today in this video. So first we got to get this motor off the stand onto the floor, because I want to put the flywheel and the clutch on, and then we can mate up the gearbox to the engine, and then we'll be able to strap it up and lift the motor and the gearbox into the track Civic, and we can put in all the mounts, make sure it all lines up good so we don't get no weird play with the drive shafts. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do it. Alright, so we got the engine strapped up at 3 points there, at the back of the exhaust here, and just over here for the starter hole. So I'm going to go ahead now, loosen the transmission bolts here, there, 4 of them. Right guys, so I had this 13-inch steel rim lying around, so I might as well use it. So yeah, so it sits on nicely. The sump fits in there, so that's secured. I'm gonna leave the I might leave the stand holding on to it just in case something happens. Yeah, so it gives us access to this area here, which is where we want to be now. So I might go ahead now, change the rear main seal because I've got a new one. So change the rear main while we're at it, and then just clean it up, and we end up putting the clutch and flywheel in. Exciting days. Right, so once you'd screwed your screw in there, this should just pop out. Just like that. So just give the surface a bit of a wipe, so don't scratch the surface or you're gonna get a mad leak. Okay, just sit it on like so. Alright, and then now I'm gonna go ahead now and just tap it in evenly until I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm just using the old seal, just as a bit of a tool. So I'm just working my way around, just checking, making sure that nothing's damaged or cut. And that it's all going in even. Like I said, you've only got one shot at this. Pretty good. So
this side's pretty much in now, so I've got to be careful on the left side. So you can just use your finger to make sure that it's flat. A little bit up here. Right, I'm pretty happy with that rear main install now. I can feel it with my fingers. Yeah, it's gone pretty much in, so we didn't kink any of this inner section here. So, all right, now time to throw the flywheel on. Right, so the flywheel's here. We'll just give it one final wipe down on the surface here. Make sure there's no oil or fingerprints anywhere that can cause it to slip. Alright, so we get our, bring it over here, and I've already put Loctite on the flywheel bolts. So the standard flywheel had a dowel here for locating, but this competition clutch London flywheel doesn't have a dowel, so we can just put it anywhere. Just make sure that this surface here is all clean too, so you don't get no vibration. Alright, so all the flywheel bolts are hand tightening now, so we got to torque her up. So I'm gonna pre-torque it to around about 20 Newton meters, and then I'll do it to 118. Alright guys, so I just torqued it to 110 Newton meters, 120 I believe. It's really hard, especially because the motor wanted to twist. So I had to put my whole body weight on just to prevent it from tipping over, because 120 Newton meters is no joke. Alright, so I'm going to put the speaker bearing in, so this sits inside here. So you can just tap it in with a hammer.
Perfect.
Alright, so that's the tool. I've greased it up a little bit and that goes in there perfect. So no stress. Right, got our pressure plate bolts here. I'll just put a bit of Loctite again. Alright, so got our pressure plate here. Always give this surface a once over, because you know they sometimes they put a bit of packaging on them that distributes like oil to stop it from rusting or whatever in storage. Alright, that's the clutch. So just give it a once over, make sure that there's no grease or dirt or anything on there. Make sure that it's not broken, no damage on the clutch plates or whatever before you put it in, because then yeah, you won't be able to get back for warranty after you put it in. Alright, so the clutch disc in. Just like that. Then pressure plate. So we'll line up the dowels. So all the dowels are in. Alright. All the dowels are in. Our 10mm with a bit of Loctite. A bit more. A bit of Loctite. Alright, that goes in there. Just 2 attaches. This one here. On the opposite side. Just 2 attaches. Alright, this one here. Here. So we'll just crisscross go opposites. Alright, last one. Neighbour's home. Alright, so we pretty much just want to do it till it touches. We'll crisscross. Alright, and then we're going to torque her up. Alright, so just going to go ahead now, torque them up. So, just do about 20. Just go opposites. It doesn't really matter. As long as they're all tight. So that's tight. That's tight. Good. Good. They got Loctite on them. Hopefully they don't come off. Alright. So it's all in. You can pull this tool out now. I've had issues with this tool before. Because they're only plastic, the heat gets to them and they can warp in certain temperatures and stuff like that. You know, they can bend, or when they finish the mold, it can bend a certain way and not be really straight. So I prefer to use the actual tool, but just for the purpose of this demonstration, I'll use the plastic tool for now. If I can't get the gearbox in, then I'll have to take the clutch back out. Alright guys, just setting up this gearbox here now for mating. So that's all hooked up here. So the new clutch spring. I'm going to put a dab of grease here with the boys. So it's going to go here. I'm just going to lube this shaft here, the input shaft here. And I'm just going to lube where the bearing is going to slide back and forth. Alright, so just get a bit of high temp grease here, put on the ball, the pivot, put some on the, not too much, you just need a little bit. I'm just going to spit all over your clutch. So there, and then we'll put some on the spline here, so it can go into the spigot bearing good. So not too much, it's just gonna go all over your brand new clutch. So that should be enough. It's plenty. Alright, so just check and make sure that the fork's not going to come out. I heard it clip in, so it's good. So that's all good there. So that's how clutch works. Alright, so that's all good. So we're gonna go ahead now. I'm gonna clean up these dowels real quick. So these dowels are really rusty, so I'm gonna put a bit of grease on them, get rid of the rust, and they should slide in heaps easy. Alright, so I've put the gearbox on the jack now, so hopefully that's gonna help me line it all up, take a bit of weight off my back. So yeah, hopefully this works. Alright, we got a little bit of success. It's found its way into the clutch now. So we just gotta get a little bit more. I'm gonna try and turn the crank and spin the flywheel, and then just wriggle it a little bit more. Okay, success. Yeah, just slid straight on. So just put grease on the dowels so they go in. So all we're going to do now is just find the bell housing bolts and nip it all up. Okay, finally got it, made it together. There's a little bit of a gap down the bottom because the tyre wouldn't allow for the gearbox to sit flush with the bottom section of the block. So I had to use the engine crane and now just to clear it so I can get these two bolts in underneath. So all that's left now is just to tighten her up. Go crisscross again. I've lubricated the dowels, so they should go in pretty easy now. Alright, it's in. It's going here. I've got two underneath and then a couple more on this side here. Alright guys, all the bell housing bolts are in and tight. I just had a quick look. Inside, it's all good. So this spline's gone in, clips all holding on, so there's only one thing left to do now, and that is to throw our OEM Honda clutch boot on, and then we're going to throw on the K24 slave, and then that should be it. Okay, the final piece of the puzzle. The boot is in, so we'll just go ahead and get our K24 slave there and find a couple of bolts and we'll put it on. Alright, so I'll put a dab of grease at the end of the ball here where it's going to go onto the fork. So I'll put the camera down, have a look. And then I've got two new bolts here. So two shiny bolts. Alright, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna go like this. K-tune up. So select that. We'll slide the bolts on. One, two, done. Beautiful. Alright, I'm getting a bit tired now. I'm doing this after work every day for the past couple of weeks. Little bits here and there, waiting for parts to come and then put them on after work. Family time also.
Alright, it's done, that's in. Alright, so just fitting up the gearbox mount here now. So it goes into the existing holes and they've supplied some bolts. So it's pretty good. So we'll just tighten these up. Alright guys, so I think that's going to be it for tonight. I'm doing this after work, so I'm pretty tired, so I think I might call it a day. Yeah, so we've done quite a bit to the motor today. So we put the flywheel, the clutch in, the clutch slave, the boot, put on this mount here so we can put it into the car. So yeah, plenty done tonight. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're liking this content. Plenty more videos coming your way. Yeah, we're almost there. We're almost ready to put the K24 into the track Civic now. So don't forget to like and subscribe, tell all your mates, and I'll see you guys in the next video.